we are very excited because we have some WWE superstars in the house. AJ Styles, Matt Hardy, Curt Hawkins. How y'all doing?
What's up?
Yeah.
I love it when he does that. It's awesome.
That was strictly to pop you. I'm doing wonderful.
All right, so Comic-Con, you've been to Comic-Con
Yes.
many times. Have you been?
This is my first trip.
First?
First time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll get to you in a second. But gentlemen, first thoughts being here, the craziness, the crowds, all that good stuff.
Overwhelming a little bit, yeah. But exciting though, you know. It's cool to be around fans that are just so passionate about things, you know. That feels good, especially as a performer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think the whole aura of this place is very amazing. You know, like I've always, so many things are here that I enjoy. I mean, I enjoy comics, especially when I was younger, and there's so many like hit television series and whatnot. As much as we have the signing down here, it's just cool to be in an environment that has all this stuff to get together that really includes all forms of fandom. You know, so it's just a cool, very electric atmosphere. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah. And how many times have you been to Comic-Con?
Oh, well, this is my second time that I'm in San Diego. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's always very interesting to see how many people show up. And for me, I love the cosplay. Like, I like to see how many people dress up. That's really cool to me.
Yeah. I'm sure you have many questions, but I was walking back here from Hall H. We had our video game panel. And I looked to my left, and I thought Sasha Banks was there. But it was a Sasha Banks cosplayer. And she spot on. It was incredible. Do you guys see cosplayers of yourselves? I think I've seen some broken, some woken Matt Hardy.
Yeah, especially when I was first doing the broken stuff and it really became hot and very trendy. I would see it all the time. You know, it's amazingly flattering and humbling when you see it, and I just think it's so cool, you know, that people do that. And I am a character that is a little larger than life in professional wrestling in this day and age, so I'm a good person to cosplay.
Yeah.
I just got to say I'm like kind of fanboying WWE superstars here. I tell you, man, I was downstairs when you guys roll up and watching the fans, like watching it click and then unclick and saying, oh, maybe it's cosplay. Oh, my God, it is. And they like didn't know. It was like watching something like simultaneously repel and attract. Like they didn't know what to do. And I was like, man, like to make that entrance, I mean, I don't know. It's like you might have your own theme music like playing in your head. At least I would. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you this. Me and Matt were talking about this. Like so many times you were like, who are those big stars here today? And they go, oh, it's you guys. I'm like, oh. It's us.
But y'all mean so much to so many people, you know, like you're in people's living rooms, you're in people's lives for hours a week, every week. It's just like you're a part of the family. Like my wife and I, we sit down, we watch the shows together. It's really important. And I think the crowd here must love seeing you guys.
I mean, I think one thing that is special about being a part of sports entertainment or pro wrestling is like when you see AJ Styles perform, I mean, when you come and meet him, he's AJ Styles. It's not like you have a certain guy that is playing the Punisher or Iron Man. AJ Styles is AJ Styles, and you're seeing the real person through and through. You know, so that's one of the cool things and amazing things about the fandom of professional wrestling / sports entertainment.
Yeah. And this place is all about fandoms, you know, it's Comic-Con, people here. Like, I know the things that I'm here to collect. I'm looking for some old Marvel comics, some old what-ifs and what-does. Is there anything you guys, I say this thinking that you may actually have time to walk around and get stuff. Are you able to, like, see things here?
Big into wrestling action figures, like, so we did a lot of stuff with Mattel today, so, but I like all the vintage stuff, too, so it's wide open. But I would just love to look around, and we can't. It stinks.
Yeah.
I think just seeing the old stuff, like I seen a kid with Voltron on. I was like, there's no way you have any idea what Voltron is, but that's cool.
Well, there's 6 seasons of the cartoon that's new.
Really?
New. I had the same reaction that you did. Because we all grew up, like, I remember it felt like it was steel. It was heavy, that Voltron when we were kids. And now, it meant so much to us.
And then the Power Rangers comes out, and you're like, get out of here, man. Voltron came way before that. It's much cooler.
It is, and there's so many things from our childhoods when we were young that we see now that like kind of becomes relevant again. You know, now that this is a real big thing as far as Comic-Cons go. And I would, much like you said, I would love to stay here for a couple days and try and see everything and do everything. But Meek Mahan said, no, all of you go back to work. There's bookings to be made. There's talents to be made.
Yeah.
That's great.
Pop Justin hard. That was real good.
Yeah, that was really good. That was really good. I personally I grew up with I inherited wrestling action figures to the point where I don't even know that there was any action to them. They were really just super bouncy, They were like solid, rubbery sorts of things, and
LJN
you
line,
could
yes.
manipulate them in any way, shape, and form, and just bounce them off. I think that just that medium of rubber muscular men needs to come back.
Did WWE have they done a reissue of those LGN style?
There is a retro line now, but it's a reimagining of the Hasbro ones. They're the ones that came after those LJNs, the little kind of fat pudgy.
Oh,
yes.
I like those too, though. I mean, I remember playing with those.
To me, they're the
crazy.
most sentimental from my childhood. So that's what Mattel has done, and it's really been a big hit. So we just unveiled a whole bunch of them.
And they repackaged them exactly the way they were.
Yeah, the packaging's almost spot on. It's very cool. It's very sentimental for guys my age, I would say.
And also, too, we just learned today that Wrestling Buddies are making a comeback, and they're doing a Matt and Jeff Hardy Wrestling Buddies.
Yeah.
So
those
that's
are
very
the plush that you can
the big pillow that you just wrestle in your basement for hours.
I remember those as when my vessel was very small.
And that's going to be amazing for your kids, too, to have those. I can't even imagine.
They're going to go insane. They'll love it.
Yeah.
They'll be woken Matt Hardy, and the one will be Bray Wyatt, and they'll beat up the Hardys.
For me, I've been a Marvel a long time. I'm actually on a cover of one of our comics that comes out next week, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur number 33. Go buy it. Get me. I don't get any money out of it. But you guys, I'm sure, have had action figures of yourselves. What is that like to actually be able to pick up an action figure of you?
It's a good question.
Well, I think that's, we all set goals, but you really feel like you made it when you get an action figure, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was a big deal.
Complete
and
bucket list.
Yeah, to have a couple, man, it's outstanding, and I love it. Every time a new one comes out, Marvel, like anything that's ever made, I always want that action figure. So I tell Mattel, hey, I need it.
Yeah.
Every one you make, everything you make of me, I need it.
What did you say? There's 300 Hardy Boys.
Yeah, there's about 300 Matt and Jeffs that I have in my basement, especially when during the Attitude Era, they piped them out nonstop, So it's one of those things when it was our dream, we wanted to sign a WWE contract or a major company contract, and we did it we made it. And then once we had an action figure, we made it. Once we're on a video game, we made it. So, those are those big, really monumental occurrences in a wrestler's career. So very, very, very cool.
It never gets old. It's so cool. They just unveiled two of mine today, and I'm just I
That's
can't
awesome.
wait. Yeah, I can't
Congratulations.
wait. Thanks.
Just writing down goals here.
Yeah, right?
Goals, action figure goals.
Yeah, we got to get to Hasbro, make some action figures of us. But for our Marvel fans watching, where are you guys? You got to get on a plane, I think you said. You're wrestling tonight, tomorrow, where?
Well, I got to get home, wash some clothes so that I can perform on Saturday. I get one day off, but yeah, it's back on the road for us. We don't. There's no time off for us. This is what we do. This is our lives.
I am in that same dilapidated boat. We'll be both be flying home on a red eye, and we will get home early in the morning, and we'll wash clothes, and we'll see our children, and then we'll be off to work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and for the rest of our lives.